you say that you feel differently this year, going into year two, your second training camp?
I feel a lot different. I feel a lot healthier. Last year I had a lot of stuff going on that a lot of people might not have known about, and at the end of the day, that doesn't really matter. I'm here for a reason. I'm expected to perform, and last year I couldn't. So going into this year, I did a lot of things differently. I had a lot of chefs working with me. I worked with our nutrition team a lot to get in much better shape. Worked with a personal trainer. The whole off season. Spent most of my time in Vegas when everybody else was gone. So I feel a lot healthier. I feel in a lot better shape. So I just feel overall a lot better.
Do you feel like that's paying off early on in camp so far?
I do. I feel like everything that I put in over the summer has really paid off. A lot of people have noticed it. A lot of people have told me I've improved, but that only makes me want to do more because, I've done it some, but I haven't done enough, and I don't think I'll ever do enough.
You seem to be the player we saw at Alabama. That comfort is back. Am I reading that correctly?
Yeah, that is correct. Like I said, there was a lot of stuff that went on last year. That's not an excuse. Mm-hmm. Last year I just wasn't myself. I wasn't good enough last year, but that's not going to be the case this year.
The change you made in your diet, getting your health back, did that require any mental changes, the way you perceive things?
I wouldn't say the change of the diet and everything changed anything mentally, but I think towards the mid part to the end of last season, I kind of had to change the way I thought. Last year I came in and I was drafted, and I kind of felt like I deserved something, but I didn't. And it took me a second to understand that, and it took me a second to take a step back and say, I got to earn the trust of the coaches, not only the coaches, but the players that are playing behind me. I got to earn the trust of Robert Spillane, Marcus Epps, Trayvon. All of those guys. And so for me, it's just been this year is just talking to them, trying to earn their trust and show them that I'm going to be in the place where I'm supposed to be every play.
Talk about changing your mindset of the teammates that you have. Who in that room has really helped you in terms of developing and really getting you to the place you are now?
John Jenkins has played a really big role, even throughout last year, and then coming in this year, he's played a big role. Christian Wilkins played a huge role in helping me develop. Just watching him and how he goes about things every day, trying to be around him as much as I can, watching film with him. He's played a big role as well.
When you talk about taking a step back, when did that realization happen?
I don't think it was just at a certain point, but it was just, doing things the way that I was doing last year wasn't working. So I figured that, hey, if I'm doing things this way, I have to do something different. And once that kind of clicked in my head, everything just started falling in place.
What do you think a realistic expectation is for you for a role this year with Byron?
A role for me, man, I just want to be able to go out there. I want to make an impact on the field. I want to make an impact every game. I want to be seen, and I just want to help this team win.
From your perspective, what makes this D-line group so good? What stands out for you as a teammate watching the rest of the guys up front?
For me, one of the biggest things is just how close we are. During the season, every Thursday night, we'll all be at somebody's house. We'll cook or something, watch the game together. So the closest that we have, and I've only been a part of this defensive line, but I've heard that other teams' D-line isn't like this. So the closest that we have, so we can just communicate with each other. Because sometimes tempers get high and there might be yelling back and forth, but we all know that we're brothers at the end of the day, and no matter how whatever is said comes across, it's always meant for the best of the other person.
You mentioned earning time on the field. Did that take you back to being in Alabama where you had to earn every opportunity and every rep?
It did. And I think that's how it should be. I think that's exactly how it should be. I don't deserve anything. I have to show up every single day and work every single day and give them a reason to put me in the game.
Who hosts the best dinners and who hosts the worst dinners on Thursday?
The best dinners? The best one, I probably went to, we actually went to Devontae's house last year. Devontae Adams' house last year. It was crazy. It was like being in a movie, but that one was special. That one was special. The worst one, Malcolm Kuntz took us to this small restaurant, and he was trying to be cheap, but
You talked about last season, some of the stuff that held you back. How difficult was it for you? Was there times it was very, very tough on you, mentally to even get through and push through it?
It was difficult. It was very difficult, and like he had said, it took me kind of back to when I was a freshman in college because I kind of went through the same thing then. But it was difficult, but it was something I was able to get through with prayer. I'm a big believer in prayer. I'm a big believer that prayer fixes everything, and even if it didn't fix, it was happening for a reason. So that it did take a lot, but I ended up getting through it.
Byron, even last year when the performance wasn't maybe what you wanted, Rob Leonard just has been your biggest fan. Will you talk about what Coach Leonard has meant for you?
It's meant a lot. It's meant a lot because, I felt like last year a lot of people did doubt me. And he's been one of the people who's constantly been in my corner and told me, look, you might not be where we want you to be now, but you're going to be there eventually. You're going to be a really good football player in this league. You're going to play for a long time. And him being consistent and telling me those things and letting me know that I'm going in the right direction played a big impact.
All good?
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
all.
you, Byron.
Thanks.
Thanks, Byron.